Thursday. From TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars versus Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos.
Well, no rain to worry about today, but as you'd expect this time of year, very muggy in downtown Jacksonville here at TIAA Bank Field. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Denver Broncos. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
Hamler now to return it. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a 7-time Pro Bowl quarterback in his 10th NFL season now. That's Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Flush to his right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's Wilson to throw. He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Here's Wilson. Rolling to his right. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. For the first time, the Jacksonville Jaguars set to go here on offense, led out by the new face of the franchise, the #1 overall pick, of course, from this year's draft. It's Trevor Lawrence out of Clemson.
And for many people, there's a lot of pressure that comes with being the presumptive #1 overall pick for 2, if not 3 years now. But Trevor Lawrence has handled it well. The Jacksonville Jaguars, excited to have him in town, to say the least, because they've started guys like Gardner Minshew, Jake Luton, Mike Glennon just in the last season. But let's face it, they now have their franchise quarterback.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Lawrence will throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. They overload him that time on the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Well, when you time those screen passes perfectly, they can work perfectly, but that time it took a little too long to develop.
And you zeroed in on exactly what makes that play go. Timing. Because if the timing's off at all, those unblocked defenders coming at the quarterback, they'll put him on the deck.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
But that's the down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, Wilson pushes him over. That's out to the flat for Gordon. Touchdown! Melvin Gordon with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Broncos have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. So this offensive unit, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
McManus's point after is good, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. On 2nd down, Gordon once more. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. On On second down, Gordon once more. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Wilson. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Now it's Wilson. This one swung out to Williams. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Now he dumps this off over the middle. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson escaping the pressure right. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. They go play action now. Wilson. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30 and down to the 27-yard line.
And the Broncos expected big things out of Jerry Jeudy, their #1 pick in 2020. But he really had to make a jump with the injury to Cortland Sutton. Almost 900 yards last year. A nice grab there.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in here by Patrick. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Now Gordon on 1st down. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Williams. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Right now, no questioning the toughness of this Jaguar defense. This is 3rd and goal. Now Wilson. Now bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Jags grab it. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Following the fumble recovery, Lawrence. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Randy Gregory. He brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12. After the sack on 1st down, Lawrence nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
On 2nd and 2, Lawrence. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously, one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the humid Florida sky. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down, eluding the pressure right. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now it's Wilson. Touchdown, Broncos! Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Broncos are able to add on to their first-half lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's out wide here for Robinson. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. But to throw again is Lawrence. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Wilson flushed to his right. The ball comes out, and the Jags grab it, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about.
And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Broncos are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Throwing again on second down. Wilson, and that's complete. Albert Okwuegbunam. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. That's caught left side by Judy. 7 yards the pickup there. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this from 46. And McManus able to put it through. And that will finish off this third quarter of play. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We begin with a game that Coach Madden should probably shield his eyes from. A rematch of the Immaculate Reception. The Silver and Black taking on Pittsburgh. And it's the Raiders who have the lead in the second quarter. Derek Carr has a couple of touchdown passes there. From there, it's off to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting LA Rams. Marcus Mariota, 3 touchdown passes. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they trail the visiting Patriots at halftime. The Patriots trying to get to 2-0, and they've got the lead on the road. In our game, it's been Russell Wilson, who was dynamic, as usual, in that first half. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Here comes the defensive unit for the Broncos. They trot back out there. And they have forced now 4 turnovers, Mr. Davis. How've they been so effective?
It's hard to get a read on them if you're on offense because they're coming from different angles, different formations, different looks. But bottom line is, if I'm the defensive coordinator, anything on my play sheet appears to be working right now. You point it out all the time when we call games. Once they get that first one, it becomes a frenzy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's snowballed here in this one. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A play fake for Robinson. Now Lawrence. Man open, here's Jones. And he's brought down. So, Charles, this game number 2 in the NFL career, this rookie quarterback, his guys took the loss in the opener. And when asked after that game by reporters how he did, he was pretty curt. He said, not well. What did you see?
Well, first and foremost, I loved his answer to the media because he was being honest. And those veterans in the locker room, they're looking at him to see how he's going to handle things, and they like the fact that he's not blaming other people because I thought he struggled. The only thing that's going to help him, though, reps. No matter how many big games you played in college, how well you do in practice, the reps in the real games, that's when you begin to grow as a quarterback.
They'll drop that underneath to ETN. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. That's going to be caught by Kirk. That catch good for only a couple.
I think that was a pretty good read right there. They caught him in zone defense and went to the hitch. And because they're in zone, that creates a natural space between the defenders and the receiver, able to get it to him quickly and let him get upfield.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. They'll run again here with Robinson, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. They'll run for it with Robinson going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or two. The Jags come up empty on fourth down, and the Broncos will take over on downs. On first down, Wilson. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And some room to maneuver. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
What's the deal, y'all?
Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
58 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Here's Gordon. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work. That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 4 receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. They run it again with Williams. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards down to the 15. Already already a pair of third down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this third down try. Here's Wilson. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And the Broncos are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Gordon. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. Again, Gordon. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Melvin Gordon punching it in from a yard away. And the Broncos are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here into the hands of Jones. Jones breaking from the contact. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. On first down, Lawrence. He'll find Jones again, complete. Touchdown, Jaguars! Marvin Jones, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jaguars are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Melvin Gordon leading Denver's offense back out. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's losing.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie Tyson Campbell. And the Jags will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. On first and 10, it's Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. DJ Jones coming right up the gut, gets in there for a loss of 9. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Over the middle, he's got Chenault. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
7 yards, the pickup there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Alexander Johnson. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. A huge play there for Denver. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say...
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
McManus's point after is good, and that will extend this big lead. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville offense ready to go back to work. And after the slow start, the numbers show he has really straightened things out. How often sometimes is that you come into a game and the defense is game planned a little differently than you expected?
More often than maybe people realize, so adjustments are often a big part of each and every game, and it's not just getting to halftime. It's series to series to make it work, and being able to hang in there when there's a little adversity early and see them able to flip it around, it's kind of gratifying for a team to watch, especially for a coach.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
7 yards, the pickup there. From just shy of midfield, Lawrence gets this quickly to Ingram. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 28. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Denver, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head home next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll be